Hey there. Greetings to you and thank you ever so much for clicking on this video. In this video, I am going to share with you 5 tips for new beginners to silver stacking. I'm going to focus, get my tongue untangled here first. I'm going to focus in this video on silver. Some of what I say may apply to other precious metals such as gold, but today's video we're going to focus on silver. And I'm going to throw in an honorable mention, a tip number 6 that after I made my list of 5 tips popped into my head and actually carries maybe as much importance as tip number 1. I almost changed it to tip number 1, but then I thought, nope, stick with what you've got listed out. Stick with the content that you've already got in your brain and just add number 6 at the end, but stay tuned to tip number 6. Tip number 1 is, if you are new, start small and educate yourself. You know, there are so many aspects to silver stacking that we learn as we go along. And so I'm not saying don't start until you know everything, because you will never get started if you do that. Just start small and protect the amount of money that you're investing into silver. And I say investing even though I don't really look at mine as an investment, but you are putting money in and investing in silver to stack for whatever the reason is that you have decided to silver stack. There are many in the community that are collectors and want to collect beautiful coins, beautiful rounds, beautiful and stunning silver bars, and they know that their collection still is an investment in protecting and will hold, for the most part, hold its value over time. Going to pick up a 5-ounce bar here from Germania Mint. It's just one that I love the feel of that in my hand. Sorry, going to get distracted here. But learn as you go, but learn or start small. It is tempting sometimes for somebody to say, you know what, I'm going to pull some money out of my 401k plan, a large chunk, and buy some silver and stash it back. Man, don't do that until you have done a lot of research to make sure that you are going to be making a wise decision there. Visit with a financial advisor before you pull a large sum out of any investment, such as the stock market, 401k plan, company savings plan, whatever the case may be. Educate yourself before you do that. I live on a budget, and I've got a amount of money that I can spend on silver every month, and I stick to that budget. And I advise you to do that. This game, if you will, it's not a game, but for the sake of being able to title it, this game can be a little bit emotional, and you can walk into LCS, local coin shop, with the intention of buying, 10 or 15 or whatever number of generic rounds so that you can add some weight to your stack and increase the weight in your stack. And the generic rounds are less expensive and carry less of a premium on them than some of the beauties do. And you walk into the coin shop, local coin shop, or log online to one of the dealers, and you see this beauty that catches your eye, and you think, aha, I'm going to do that instead of buying the 10 or 15 that I had originally intended to do. Now, sometimes that's okay. I mean, it's up to you. It's your dollars. It's your money. Just make sure and think about that before you do it, to make sure that the repercussions of it are something that you're going to be unhappy with at a later date. I have heard of people that, have wished they could undo purchases like that they have done. And I have never done it on the times that it has occurred to me, and I pick this up and instead of spending the dollar amount that I had set aside for picking up multiple rounds or multiple generic bars, it didn't bother me. I'm very happy with that. I got it at a great price when I considered what the current spot price was and what I paid for it. The premium was very low, and I almost got it for the same amount as I would have buying 10 of the 1 ounce generic rounds. So that served me well. Just learn how to analyze, educate yourself, and learn how to analyze those so that your purchases aren't regretted later. Tip number 2, buy from a reputable source. Where I live here in a larger city, we have numerous LCSs available to me, and LCSs are local coin shops. I have been able to visit every one of those, get acquainted with the people that run them, kind of get to know their personalities, and I've built a trust with them all. They're everyone great people. Reputations are of their focus. They focus on keeping their reputation good and clean. They're just honest people to deal with. And so I'm very lucky. I don't have to go online, even though I do go online sometimes and order from different online dealers when they have really a special deal that helps me add to my stack and save money in doing so. I do go online, but either way, whether you purchase online or whether you purchase from an LCS, do your research online and try to learn as much about the dealer that you are buying from and potentially will sell back to if you ever need to take any money out of your stack and cash in for an emergency or a doctor's appointment or running short for the month because you spent more silver than you were supposed to and need to sell some of it to make that car payment or that insurance payment. You want to make sure that you're dealing with reputable people. There are so many sources online. The dealers that I deal with often are JM Bullion, SD Bullion, Hero, Exchange Bullion, and I've had good service from every one of those companies, and I appreciate them, every one. But I did the research before I purchased from them and saw what other people were saying. And you will hear people talking here on YouTube, the Silver Stackers, about the different dealers, online dealers that they have purchased from. Be very careful on eBay. There are sellers on eBay, and there are some scams on eBay and some very reputable dealers on eBay. So again, do your research. Moving on to tip number 3, do some time researching the different types of silver. There are so many different types of silver and so many lingo, words, phrases that we in the community use that you need to get acquainted with. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time here in trying to educate you on those because there are videos that you can go right to the topic. What's the difference between a sovereign coin that is produced by a government mint that also can be, see right there it says 2 pounds, could also be spent maybe in Great Britain or the United Kingdom, compared to a generic round that is produced by a mint that is not a government mint. It's just a private business that produces beautiful silver. Know the difference between those two and the difference that you will pay for these two. When you go to pay for this Britannia, you may pay, let's say spot's $30 an ounce. And you may have to pay $32.50, $33, $34 to buy this 1 ounce coin, whereas this silver round that is not a coin, it's not spendable anywhere, no denomination, not by sovereign government, you may pay $31 for it. You may pay $1 over spot price as opposed to 2, 3, or 4. So if you were buying 15 or 20 coins, you could get more of the generic silver rounds than you could the Britannias. That's just an instance there. We've got silver bars. Occasionally you will find a silver bar that would probably be more along the lines of a 1 ounce bar like this that's made by the Scottsdale Mint. This is not a coin. This is a generic, but there are some bars that are designated as coins and are sovereign money in different countries. There is just so much available to you that you need to educate yourself about before you really delve in and start making major investments in silver. Let's go to number 4, and number 4 is consider storage and security. Man, this is going to change over time as you begin stacking, because when you first start stacking and you got 5, 10, 13 coins, 13 rounds, bars, just 13 ounces of silver, that is much easier for you to conceal and hide and keep safe in your possession than when your stack gets larger and larger and larger. The options for security and protecting your wealth become a little more difficult and need a little bit more, consideration. There are numerous videos. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time here. I may do a video on this one day, but there are numerous videos already on YouTube about security and storage, and there's some great information out there. So visit those and educate yourself. Number 5, keep an eye on market trends. Man, this is very important. This last month, here we are in June 2024, and this last month, the price of silver has been like a yo-yo. It's been down around 28. It's been up at 32.50, back down, back up, back down, back up. Yesterday we saw a dollar swing on June what was yesterday? Was the 20th? We saw a dollar swing in the price of silver in a day. That usually is kind of rare. It usually may go up 10, 15, 30 cents, 50 cents, but the last month we've been seeing dollar swings. So you need to understand pricing and when to buy, and trying to buy at the lower price so that you get more for your money. And then riding slow and slowing your purchases down as it rides up, as the price rides up. We usually don't see great swings, but this month has been different, and you need to learn and observe this over time. We in the community tune in a lot to Kitco, Kitco. And Kitco it has an app that you can download to your phone for free. And you can tap that app and open it up and see what the current precious metal pricing is, including silver. So you can check it at any moment throughout the day. And it's fun to do that, especially when you're new, to download that app for free and, be able to check and look at what silver's doing throughout the day, and do that all week for a week and watch it, and you'll begin to learn the process or the ups and downs of silver. If you don't want that app on your phone, you can go to any of the dealers that I mentioned before, SD Bullion, Hero Bullion, Exchange Bullion. Any of those dealers will have a banner across the top of their website that will contain or display the current spot price. So we are to the honorable mention, the number 6. This is one that I'm cautious what I say, but it's very important, and that is you want to stay away from those that spread the fear-based, I hate to use the word propaganda, but there are some out there that, on social media that really spread fear and negativity. And I try to steer clear of that. I don't like listening to it. It doesn't help me or benefit me in any way in my goals for stacking silver and what is right for me. And everybody is different, and there are some out there that the fear base motivates them, and it doesn't motivate me. If it doesn't motivate you, just stay away from it. Look for those that are in social media that happy to share positive information and be a service to you, and not drag you down, having you scared to death that the world's going to end next week or the fiat dollar is going to crash and you're all going to be starving, and that you need this silver to help you. I just, it doesn't serve me well, and I'm not going to promote it, and I'm not going to tune into it. But you do as you wish. Some of those will still have good information if you can weed between the lines and weed out some of the fear-based stuff that doesn't serve you well, and yet feed on the stuff that they put out that does serve you well. More power to you. Hey everybody, I wish you well. I'm closing out now. As always, I wish you great good health. I wish you great prosperity. And I wish you much happiness and joy in your life. And until the next video, I say over and out.